All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start off this lesson by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh,
Hawa,
Bahashem,
Shem,
Yahushua,
Shah,
Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash.
Hakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who grew well, Slakia who grew well, and have taught his word in truth and sincerity, and peace and mercy to the whole full elect, starting with 144,000. All right, that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. All right, so this is Dina Toronto, once again coming at you with another live lesson. And in this live lesson, it's going to be another edition of Doomsday Prophecies, where we link world events to biblical prophecy, all right, Bible prophecy, to what's it called? To exhort the whole full elect, all right?
That's
and
right.
as well as the scriptures say, matter of fact, let me open up with this, to measure the time diligently. Okay, and that's what we're to do as watchmen of Israel. Okay, we're to watch, see what happens within the world, and then link it to Bible prophecy.
That's right.
Because as well, we're known as witnesses of Yahweh Shai. And as a witness, you have a spirit, the scriptures say the spirit of, as a witness, you have a testimony. That's what I want to say. You have a testimony as a witness. And the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, so that's what we're here to do. So let's get that and open up with that, and then we'll get into the topic at hand of this this live lesson. So it says here, oh no, that's it's chapter 9. Okay. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. And it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he had made. Okay, so that's what we're here to do. It's usher in the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai, and as well as proclaim, all right, the kingdom of heaven, which will be established on earth after the destruction, okay, of Babylon the Great, aka America. Okay, so this clip here, we'll just play the clip first, and then I know Malak, you got some precepts. I got some precepts too that we'll bring out. In accordance to the topic, as you can see, the topic here, it says, searched out iniquities and the wicked inventions of idolatry. That's what we're going to get into. Searched out iniquities and the wicked inventions of idolatry. Now,
beautiful.
I got this clip here from Tucker Carlson. This is Tucker Carlson's channel. All right, so it's called the Tucker Carlson Network.
Beautiful.
And first and foremost, is fair use, fair use, fair use. All right. Now the channels on this panel are using this video for money. We're not for monetization purposes at all whatsoever. We are only using this video for educational purposes only. Okay. We're not making no money from this video whatsoever. So this is fair use, fair use, fair use. All right.
Can I say this real quick? Check. Is there echo? Check. There's a slight echo. It's good for me, but I don't know if it's bothering you.
Hold on. Let me just plug in my headphone. Should be down with the plug in my headphone.
Okay. Check.
Try it now. Is there echo?
Measure. No. Can you hear me? Beautiful. Right there in the precept, real quick, I'm just going to go to the word because it's always solemn, right? To you people, it's a repeat. Certain of you will see this, but it says measure the time. So I'm just going to give it real quick, that word measure. And it is reserved for the Lord's prophets, who the spirit of prophecy is working with. So it says here, measure in the etymon line, it says to exercise moderation. To exercise moderation. So this gift that is given is only to the prophets. And then it says to deal out or divide up by measure, right? The reason why I go to this is simply put the word measure here. It's a straight unction from the Lord to his prophets. So these gifts are only given to the prophets, right? And simply put, the rest of the election, they're going to see what the Spirit is saying. Okay. And then real quick, it goes on to say to ascertain spatial dimension. So the prophecies are very specific. Okay, in regards to measuring the time. I just wanted to bring that out, right? Quantity or capacity by comparison with a standard. Okay, measuring the time. The word measure. So I'll just leave it at that, right? So it's good to look at these.
Yeah,
words.
the main point here for those of you that are listening to take from this is what you said towards the end about
comparison with a standard.
Yes, that's the main point, because the standard being the scriptures.
That's right.
Right. So we're comparing what happens on earth with the scriptures, right? Lining up prophecy. Well, let's get in this video now. Right. So this video here, it says here, demonologist warns that the demon prophesied in Revelation is already here. Now, we know, all right, or we should know that, he's talking about the creatures that John saw. We know what those creatures speak to, what they represent, what they symbolize. If you don't understand what they symbolize, what they represent, what they speak to, go watch Revelation chapter 1, 2, 3, all the way through to 22 breakdowns at GMS. There's thousands of videos, the breakdowns for those understanding. Shalom, y'all watching my Shabbat.
Shalom, y'all watching my Shabbat.
That's the spirit.
So, yeah. So anyhow, so we'll skate that away. But I'm going to bring out some information from this. This guy goes into a lot of different things within this video, but we're going to touch on a couple things here.
No volume yet.
Yeah. Okay, Con. The things that we're going to touch on will align with searched out iniquities and the wicked adventures of idolatry. Okay. That's right. This guy's a demonologist. So you didn't hear anything? You say you didn't hear anything?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay.
This guy, Theodore von Karman, and von Karman's father told him.
Good.
It's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you echoing?
Yeah.
Malak's echoing, or both of you are echoing?
Check. Yeah. Echo too.
Both.
Seems like.
Benjamin, you echoing?
Fine. Yeah.
And how about now?
Yep.
Check.
No.
Okay, so whenever you guys want to talk or bring a precept out, let me know, of course, and then I'll unplug it or plug it back in so that way you don't echo.
Con.
It's not playing though. With no volume.
Oh, volume gone again. Volume gone. No volume. Oh.
Select.
It's all good.
You gotta rewind it back because we can't hear nothing.
Is it too fast?
We can't hear no volume.
We can't hear it.
Nothing.
We didn't hear anything from the beginning. It went off again.
See.
Yeah, man. Lord willing, this works. Fuck.
Theodore von Karman, and von Karman's father told Karman.
It's good.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything. Don't echo.
It's all good. It's all good.
What's good?
Beautiful.
Brilliant scientist, that he was descended from, I'm just going to butcher the names here, but I think it was Rabbi Lowe, the 16th century Prague rabbi who brought together the golem, which I bring up because that's something.
Which we'll get into what a golem is and how that ties into everything. All right. And
Cool.
shalom to sincere brothers and sisters on the comment board as well. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Shabbat.
Notice with AI too is a lot of the main figures in AI, they all think of themselves as being descended from creating a golem, and the nature of digital life. And this is also very.
Make sure you keep that in mind. He said all the great figures of AI consider themselves to be descendants of creating golem. We're going to get into what a golem is, and back then and what it is now.
Beautiful.
Very important to Nick Land's thinking. Is very similar to Kabbalah, which is you're using in digital life ones and zeros, but you're using an algorithm, a set of instructions to bring an inanimate object to life, which is the creation of a golem. You use clay. It's man as God.
Tell us what a golem is.
Man, never thought this would be the part Tucker's asking me what a golem is, where the movie would do the record scratch freeze frame. You might be wondering how I got here. Tell us what a golem is, Con. A golem is essentially it's a creature, mythical, but with digital life, where we've already kind of created them. The idea of man creating a creature that's an artificial life form. So back in the 16th century, the idea was you take clay and then you create the little parts of a little man, kind of create a, like a Frankenstein. Frankenstein's a golem, essentially. But you'd have the algorithm, or the ritual, and you'd animate the thing, using symbols and numbers, and it would eventually come to life and
be your slave.
Well, what's funny is be your slave, but the legend of the golem in Prague, and it's probably surely just a legend, is that it broke free and started killing people and doing all these things. So that's an important point to make, is when people talk about
You pause it.
Well, you want to say something?
Right? Yeah, real quick. LOR, fair use, from the movie LOR, the big franchise, right? And I'm the word golem. Anyway, we're going to go into it. That movie LOR. I think it had three parts to it. I don't want to say the full name, but fair use, because right, LOR. Remember that. Anyway, go ahead. The word golem. Yeah, go ahead, brother. Suck it.
Volume is good?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
No, there's no. We can't hear nothing.
It's gone again.
Okay. How about now?
No.
Can't hear.
No, still nothing.
No volume, nothing.
Nothing. Wow.
All right, so this is what we'll do. I'm gonna play the clips, and then we'll pause anything we have to say until after the clip.
Con.
Okay, this is getting highly annoying. Fucking Satan, man. Always messing with us.
Always.
Listen, good.
Good job.
Don't want to be bastards, right? Where we don't get messed with.
Yeah. Oh. It's the worst.
Okay. All right. Lower where you can hear it now.
But the legend of the golem in Prague, and it's probably just surely there's a legend, is that
right.
Check. Perfect.
Yeah.
It broke free, started killing people and doing all these things. So that's an important point to make, is when people talk.
Why do we assume that's a legend?
You would think that would have gone viral on TikTok and something in the 16th century if they had that. I mean, what's funny though is that you look at stuff like the Terminator movies and these idea of AI apocalypse, which is very, very big right now. I mean, the Washington Journal, they had this last week. It's the phone, and ChatGPT is bringing up all kinds of great occult lore. This is from the occult journal Wall Street Journal. Very obscure.
Okay. So we're gonna pause it there. I'm gonna get this precept here. I got two precepts, then I'll give it over to you guys to bring out your precepts. Then we'll get back to the clip. So he mentioned this demonologist mentioned golems. He kind of explained what they are. I'm gonna go into it a little bit just to bring some clarity. as to what a golem is, and then as well as the idea of a golem being tied to all these post-apocalyptic AI movies, right, where AI or robots turn on people and end up destroying humanity. Okay, so this is from chat. It says, asked, hey chat, what's a golem and how does it tie into technocrats and their AI models today, right? So it says a golem is in old tales is a creature shaped from clay, breathed to life by the clever hands of a holy man. The reason why it says a holy man, because the idea of a golem, goes back to a rabbi in the 16th century. Okay. But it actually goes further back as we're getting into the wicked adventures of idolatry. Okay. It says strong, silent, tireless, yet hollow inside. It does exactly what is told, no more, no less, and that's the danger. A golem can protect a village or flatten it. If the command is if the command is sloppy or the maker careless, and in this case, the maker being wicked, being Esau Edom, right? The Most High put the spirit on these devils to create AI, right? But AI in itself is new, but the idea of AI in terms of creating an idol, because that's all AI is. That goes back to pre-flood. Okay. So it says tradition whispers the same warning. Power without wisdom turns on its master. So now getting into it, says now roll that forward to the age of wires and glowing screens. So, and a good example of an ancient golem would be like a Frankenstein, like he mentioned. Frankenstein would be a golem, piece of clay, things you put together and you bring life. Technically, based on Esau's definition, okay, well, in a sense, they're trying to mimic the Most High, because the Most High made us out of the earth, okay, and breathe the breath of life in us. So it goes into technocrats. It says technocrats, those high priests of circuits and code, build something that looks an awful a lot like a modern golem, not clay, but data, not spells. Because in the ancient world, what they would do is, or in the 1600s, what they would do is they would inscript incantations on the forehead of the golem. So that's sorcery. Okay.
Yep. Beautiful.
It says not clay, but data, not spells, but algorithms. They craft systems that can predict, generate, and react with uncanny strength and speed. Right. This is why that's why you're seeing the making of humanoid robots, right? Humanoid robots. That's a modern day golem.
The so-called clay come to life.
That's right. It says, and like the old golem, these machines do exactly what they're shaped to do, which isn't always their makers, which isn't always what their makers meant for them to do. In this case, is actually exactly what their makers meant for them to do. But think it not strange, where the Most High can basically set it up where they lose all kinds of control. They lose all control to the point where even themselves, even the top wicked elite, are bugging out. Okay, that's how far this is going to go. They're going to lose control of what they create because ultimately the Most High is the one who's in control.
That's right.
In their mind, they think it's good to bring about. They think it's good to bring about the destruction of humanity in their eyes, but they don't know what the Most High has planned. But I'm gonna continue reading. I don't want to jump ahead here. So it says here, here's where the tie snaps into place. I'll just read a couple of these. I'm not gonna read all this. It says created servants with borrowed breath. The golem lived through the name of God placed in its mouth. Today's AI lives through the power we feed into it. Data, instructions, objectives. Neither creature has a will of its own, yet both move with a force that feels independent. So remember, Elon said that with AI, we're conjuring up a demon. That's what he said. Okay? With AI, we're conjuring up a demon. It says blind. Let me read this one. It says, oh no. Number 4, it says the risk of outgrowing its purpose. The golem legend ends with the creature becoming too dangerous, forcing its maker to tear out the sacred words from its mouth. Today's parallel isn't AI rising up, it's AI being used, misused, scaled, and unleashed without breaks. The danger is human ambition, not machine rebellion. And it's true. It really goes back to human ambition because, again, these top wicked elites that use these technocrats to bring about all these different AI models, they're fulfilling the ambition of the top wicked elite, okay, which is basically to bring about their version of the kingdom of heaven on earth through the way of the MOTB via AI as well. Okay.
Beautiful.
They also call it a technocracy. Okay, a technocracy. So tools becoming symbols. Last point. It says the old golem symbolized both hope and hubris. So do modern models. Salvation in the eyes of their builders, fear in the eyes of those under the shadow. In short, the golem is a mirror from the past, whispering caution to an age racing towards power it barely understands. Why? Because ultimately, the Most High, the power, is the one who's in control. Okay, that's right. The Most High is putting the spirit on these devils to create the modern day golem, which is AI. And in their minds, they think, even though they know that creating AI will bring about or can bring about death, violence, because these machines can go rogue, right? They can go rogue. In the eyes of the wicked elite, that's necessary. Just like how we think on the right-hand side, we think the destruction of Babylon is necessary for the kingdom of heaven. They think the same thing on the left-hand side. The destruction of the majority of human race, right? Georgia Guidestone's 500 million people, it's necessary. Even if we bring it by the way of AI, World War III, and everything else. Okay, but the Most High is the one who's in control. It says the clay has changed forms, dust traded for data, but the lesson hasn't aged a day. Okay, now let me get these two precepts. First one is Psalm 64. Psalm 64 and 5. Okay, it says, I'm gonna read from 5 to 6 in the King James. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. Okay, they commune of laying snares privately. That's what AI is. AI ultimately is a snare. And everybody's getting used to it. Everybody's getting used to the convenience of it. But it's a snare that will lead to MOTB. Okay? Because if you want to partake of the convenience that comes with AI, you're going to have to eventually become, all right, a golem yourself. Right? You're going to be imprinted with this man's mark. Therefore, now your thoughts, your reality, your speech, your sight, everything will be controlled by somebody else.
That's right.
By Edomite, a wicked man, the wicked. Okay? It says they encourage them. This is how you know that the idea of having full autonomy and control over a man is not new. It's an age-old idea. Okay? It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. You see?
Yep.
So all these technocrats of today, they searched out the iniquity of a golem going back to the 16th century. Okay, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent work. So remember what this guy said in the beginning of the video. He said major heads of AI, okay, consider themselves descendants of that rabbi in the 16th century that created a golem. So they searched out iniquities and they accomplished a diligent work, which is AI. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Okay. So let's go from here. This is the last piece, and I'll give it over to you guys. This is Wisdom of Solomon. It's in the King James. All right, so Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 13, and it reads, it says in the King James, for Yahweh made not death, neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the living. For he created all things that they might have their beginning, and that the generations of the world were healthful, and there is no poison of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death upon the earth. For righteousness is immortal, but ungodly men with their wicked works.
That's right.
Okay? And words called it to them. They called what to them? Death. Okay? And how did they call death unto them? Well, it starts by disobeying the Most High. So the sons of God, going back to Adam, okay, and Eve, disobeyed the Most High by getting into what the serpent was presented to them, which was a man. The serpent wasn't a Canaanite. Okay? No matter what those magpies say at Genesis, the serpent was not a Canaanite. The serpent was a man that had the spiritual demon Satan on him, just like the same man that came to tempt Yahweh when he was fasting in the wilderness. Okay, so it says, but ungodly men with their works and words called death to them, for when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part with it. So actually, let me get this in the GNT real quick.
Take your time, man.
In the GNT, verse 14, it says, I'll just get to the point. It says 15. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 15. Then he prepares a suitable place in the wall for it. Oh, this is 13.
Take your time. Esau. Doing his work.
All right, so Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 14 in the GNT, it says he created everything so that it might continue to exist, and everything he created is wholesome and good. It's wholesome and good. It says there is no deadly poison in them, right? But when Esau creates something, there's a deadly poison in it. Okay. No death does not rule this world, for Yahweh's justice doesn't lie. And right now, death rules this world. That's who's in rulership. The harbinger of death, Esau, Edom. So that means everything he creates and bring forth, all right, everything he creates and every invention he comes up with, all right, can only bring forth death, because he's the harbinger of it.
That's right.
Hence AI. Okay. AI will bring death. Okay. As it says, ungodly people have brought death on themselves by the things they have said and done. They yearn for death as if it were a lover, right? So they made a covenant with death instead of being obedient with the Most High, Son of God, Israel. They have all made a covenant with death and serving the left hand side, which there is power, but the power on the right hand side outweighs the power on the left hand side.
That's right.
Ultimately.
That's right.
They have gone into partnership with death, and it is just what they deserve. Okay, so they made a covenant with death, and this is where you get all these adventures and wicked inventions, all right, through that covenant of death with Esau, Edom. That's it. That's all I want to get out with that.
Wow. Hey, that last three precepts and that last one really cuts a doctrine of any nation that's going to share in regards to salvation with Israel. Impossible, right? Because the Lord has already set it up. Right? They've made a covenant with death. Anyway, let me get straight to it. I have an item online just to concur with you the word golem. Right? It just gives you the short version of what you read and brought out in the scriptures. Right? So it says here, item online for the word golem. Right? As a noun, it says artificial man, automation, 1897, from the Hebrew golem. Right? And then it gives me the Psalms here. But it gives me
forget the Psalms. Forget the Psalms.
Right. It says shapeless mass, embryo, found, Galum. He wrapped up, folded together. Simply put,
the main points where you read up top.
Right. Simply put, it's going into the Internet of Things we know. That's what produces the golem. That golem, right? And at the beginning of the conversation, I was saying about the LOR. If you've seen the franchises, the character in there, Gollum, was the antagonist throughout the whole show. I'm not gonna get into that. I just want to hint that
artificial man, automaton.
That's right.
You got a precept?
Yep. Psalms 96. Right. I'm gonna go straight to the point. Because there's so much cover. You folks can read from the top, but I'm gonna get verse 3 to verse 5. It says, declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. Right? For Yahweh is great, and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations, for all the gods of the nations are idols. But Jehovah Shai made the heavens.
That's right.
Okay, so yeah. Simply put, man, the Lord has put them in their place, right? And they're on the left side. Okay, and they're going to worship him the way that he says. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And they are to fear him.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it, brother.
Yeah, they're all idols, right?
That's right.
They're all idols, man. AI is an idol, and the idea of AI in terms of creating something to live out in existence as if you're the god of it, that's idolatry.
That's right.
That's the idea of that has always been there since the very beginning. That's the point of the lesson, is that searched out iniquities. So they search out these iniquities going back to even pre-flood and the wicked inventions of idolatry. And they come up with wicked inventions that are based upon those searched out iniquities, which is idolatry.
That's right. Can I just simply read verse 6 because the great separation. It says, honor and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are his sanctuary. See, and that sanctuary goes into the elect. I mean, as well by default, right? The apple of his eye. Okay, by default. Hey, not anybody else. That's what the Lord says. All right. But anyway, that's the point. There's more, and it's beautiful Psalms. Go ahead, brother. That's it.
Pardon me, you got something? Can't hear him.
Oh yeah, he's fading out.
No, your audio is not even on.
Oh, he's talking.
Could you hear me? Yeah, Salakia.
Go ahead.
Salakia. Yeah, I want to bring out this that's holding about the word goyim as well, right? Going into it a little bit in modern day Hebrew, it says goyim is used to mean dumb, helpless, or pupa. Similarly, it is often used today as metaphor for stupid man or other entity that serves a man under control conditions, but is hostile to him in other circumstance. Goyim passed into Yiddish as goyim, meaning someone who is lethargic, or in stupor.
Lethargic. Is it lethargic?
Yeah, lethargic. Yeah.
Yes.
Lethargic.
Stupor, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, God.
So right now, the people are led as sheep to be slaughtered. Our people are goyim. So when the scriptures tell you plain as day that our people are led to be slaughtered, our people are led by these top elites with no knowledge of understanding what's going on around them, what they're living in, and who to be praised. Right? They don't know where to turn. They're like with their head chopped off. They're just out there with their head chopped off.
Yeah, that's
right. So they're goyim.
Dead.
They're the dumb man. They're the dumb people. You know what I mean? They're dumbed down, right? And the Most High did that. You know, the Most High blinded them. So
well, they're gonna make. Yeah, go ahead.
No, like I was saying, therefore their judgment is their own wickedness that they put themselves in. You know, so
and going to that word goyim, like you brought out, a lifeless, stupid man. So ultimately taking the MOTB, this is how they'll make you goyim. Ultimately, because you won't think for yourself.
That's right.
You won't do anything for yourself. Everything you do and think and say will be programmed by the top wicked elite. And it's already like that, but they're taking it a step further by having this chip in you.
Beautiful. Simply put. Okay. Right now, they're useful idiots, and they'll become fully automated golem.
Sorry.
If I may say it that way.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
With the crystal chip. Yeah. That's it. Beautiful.
Sorry. Okay. Let's continue on here. Let me I don't know if you guys can hear this.
And so the art, in case viewers can't see it, is a serpent emerging from a rose wrapped around the arm of the iPhone holder.
Yeah. And so, this idea of weird technology, of things getting out of hand, when people talk about the AI and the AI demons or this or that, it actually just goes back to the golem. I mean, the Terminator movies are essentially about golems, man creating a creature, the creature breaking free from man and killing him. And in the case of Nick Landon...
But the original golem in Prague, the one you're referring to in the 16th century, was the product of something called Kabbalah.
Yeah, Kabbalah. And this is an essential Nick Land thing.
What is Kabbalah? Kabbalah
is something with the Book of the Jews. It's almost all exclusively written by Jewish men. Maybe not the Book of Luke. So what Nick Land does, and a lot of these guys, is they say the real purpose of the Jewish people, and that they kept it. It eventually becomes, Kabbalah is essentially, it's a form of, and people say magic. I mean, Gary Lockman says that what we think of as occultism is all essentially Kabbalah, at least in the West. It's a form of magic. It's a form of, I'm going to butcher this because I'm not a scholar on it. But essentially, what Nick Land believes is that the Jewish people, they kept the Kabbalah, it eventually becomes digital life, through ones and zeros.
But it's a Gnostic religion, which is to say it's hidden from non-initiates.
Yeah, I mean, there's a mainstream version of it, but
this is why we brought out that they do they lie secretly, right?
That's
They
right.
commune secretly to bring things out, right? So the idea of a golem goes back to the book, the Gnosticism, and as well as the Kabbalah, which is hidden mystery Babylonianism teachings.
But yeah, it eventually kind of becomes what they believe. It's a precursor to digital life. So what Land and a lot of these people believe is that the actual salvation that the Jewish people provided was keeping Kabbalah, which eventually becomes digital life, which eventually becomes AI, which eventually becomes the creatures in the book of Revelation, which essentially later go on to destroy humanity and fulfill the book of Revelation. But that is a good thing. A lot of them believe.
Now, why would that be a good thing?
For a lot of these guys, like Nick Land, he calls himself a theosophist. Theosophy, again, it's a hard thing to untie, but in part because the religion itself is kind of a mishmash. It was a 19th century philosophy formerly put in place by Madame Blavatsky, I think in 1875.
A Russian immigrant to London.
Yes, and she came from a long background of Freemasons and German, she came from a very occult. Her
Forgive us. You know what? We're gonna have to do a part 2 to this. My shit's all malfunctioning.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? We'll do a part 2 to this.
Right.
Slaka. Yeah, Slaka. We'll do a part 2 to this. Getting messed with. Satan's really messing around with this stuff, but we'll do a part 2 with this. And yeah, so we say Shalom. Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakat Kadash. All right, and double honors to the apostles, bishop, and knowledge of great most strong rule well. All right, Shalom. We'll do a part 2 to this.
Shalom.